Good morning and warm welcome to all my dear students. I hope to find you all in good health. So today we would be discussing a new topic, that is human resource planning. So it is one of the topics in our syllabus in Unit 1. So we are going to discuss what human resource planning is. So let's start directly with, let's go directly into the definition, how it is defined. So it is one of the functions of human resource management. It's like any other functions that we discussed: recruitment, selection, orientation, retention. So among various functions of the human resource management, one of the important function is human resource planning. So what it does is it determines the number and type of employees needed to accomplish organizational goals. So if we see in today's PPT, we see accomplish organizational goals. So yeah, we need to keep this three words in our mind, because all the activities, all the functions that are carried out by the HR in the company is ultimately to accomplish organizational goals. Yeah, the HR, as we all know, is the custodian of human rights in case of companies and firms. In all fairness, it tries to establish a ground where the employees can work freely and to the best of their ability. But the ultimate motive behind all the HR decisions would be to accomplish and help the production team in accomplishing organizational goals. So coming back to the topic, so human resource planning, as we can see in the board, it says it determines the number and type of employees. So in human resource planning, what we are trying to do, to give you a gist of HRP, what the company is trying to do is, it is trying to meet the right number of employees that are required to carry out the production work. Yeah. So this is very essential in terms of maintaining quality. Number two, in terms of reducing the cost, and in terms of profit maximization. Yeah. So it is very important for the organization that it has the right number of employees. It has the right types of employees with the attributes that are needed to perform a job, ultimately to accomplish organizational goals. Yeah. So human resource planning, in true fairness, from a broader perspective, let's say from a skeletal view, it is getting the right number of employees. Let's say we have a tailoring outlet. All right. So we need 10 people to meet our daily needs. How do I know that I require 10 people to meet my demand? Is forecast. Yeah, the word there is forecast. So I require minimum, or the number of employees that I would require to meet the market demand is 10. So in case I have 12 people being employed, those 2 people would be an extra cost. In case I want to cut down expense and I hire 8 people, I would not be able to meet the market demand, meaning I would be losing business. So either in terms of whether I have more employees other than the required, or I have less employees than the right number of employees I require, the company is going to get hit on the parameters of cost and profit. Therefore, it determines the number of employees needed to accomplish organization. It requires the right number of employees with the right portfolio, knowledge, experience, so that they help the number and the attributes help the organization to accomplish the goals. So the second point is, now how would I know that I would require 10 people to meet my market demand? Yeah, that is one very important thing. So let's say this is not an assumption where I say I require 10 people. It is a mathematically calculated effort, calculated number that the organizations have. With the commencement of the human resource softwares, we all have HCM that we call the human resource softwares. With modern technology has enabled us to properly manpower our requirements. So the second point is research is an important part of the function because planning requires the collection and analysis of information in order to forecast human resource supplies and to predict future human resource needs. The basic human resource planning strategy is staffing and employee development. So the HRP in a nutshell, what I would say is the HRP it does not randomly say we require 10 people, but there is a research that goes into it. There is a research and there is a forecast. After the research analysis, we are able to forecast the human supplies that would be needed in the future, or the manpower that we already have. How do we need to hone their skills? How do we need to upgrade them so that they are market ready, so that they are ready to face tomorrow's advancement, be it in terms of soft skills, be it in terms of technology. In a whole, the human resource planning, what it tries to do is it tries to get the right number of employees with the right skill sets to meet the organizational goals. How is by a dedicated team which goes into deep research and forecast the human the employees that we would be requiring in terms of future projects that are coming in. And the basic human resource planning strategy is staffing and employee development. So this is the core of human resource planning. I'll be sharing this data with you all once we complete our syllabus, or in any form you want to refer to these documents. As we already know, we have the virtual app that is being that we are trying to update all our excuse me. So let us move on to the objectives of human resource planning. This is also one subtopic under HRP in your syllabus, unit 1. So what are the objectives? What are the objectives of human resource planning? So the objective of human resource planning is to ensure the best fit between employees and the job. So this word is this is the key word here. When we say the best fit between the employee and the job, right? So when we are talking about the best fit, we are talking about the skill sets that suits the job roles, the skill sets. We are talking about the right amount of experience they would require. So let's say for example, if you see job recruitment ads, let's say I'm experienced. I'm working as an HR. I've been working for 10 years. So there are recruitment ads where they specifically mention you experience not exceeding 5 years. Correct? So this is, though I am from an HR background, I'm giving you an example. I have 10 years of experience, yet I will not be the best fit for that job because that job requires someone with the experience of 5 years. So when we are talking about one of the objective of HRP, we are talking about the best fit between the employees and the job. Yeah. So the employee and the jobs, the skill sets of the employee help the employee to perform the job well, and the job in turn challenges the employee to improve himself. So let's say so that is the best fit between employees and the job, while avoiding manpower shortages or surpluses. Again, we come back to the number. right? So when we are talking about shortages, we are talking about we are unable to meet the right number of employees. When we are talking about surpluses, we are talking about we are exceeding the right number of employees that we require. So when we have shortages, when we have surpluses, these are external, these are costs. It hits directly to the cost of production, and it hits directly to the profit that we are going to bear in future. The three elements of HR planning are forecasting labor demand. Yeah, in the definition itself, we have discussed what the HRP, what the HR does is he or she forecasts the need of the employees in future. Let's say we have a project in a pipeline. So that would require BCA qualified candidates. So we already have a project in pipeline. So we might be working on that project in two months from now. So the HR, since the HR is already aware about the project, he or she forecasts the number of employees along with the management that they would require in order to run this project that is in the pipeline, that is still in incubation period, to run it smoothly. So forecasting labor demand, analyzing present labor supply. So as an HR, what he or she does is he or she analyzes the present labor supply. Yeah. So in terms of so let's say if we have, let's say for example, we have in places like Hyderabad, we get people who are highly tech savvy. So I should know about places where I can we can procure the best talent in IT. So if in case we have a good team that analyzes where the labor supply is good in terms of the skill sets that would require for the job, it will help us procure the right candidate to make it the best fit for the job. And balancing projected labor demand and supply. So what we are basically talking here is we're talking about numbers. Yeah, we're talking about getting the right numbers so that there would not be manpower shortages or there would not be surpluses. Plus here in the three elements we discussed also about the forecasting the labor demand in case we have projects in pipeline. We are talking about analyzing present labor supply, understanding the market and understanding the talents that are there in the market, and also balancing between the projected labor demand and supply. So ultimately we should be able to, as a company, I would want to hire employees who have the right skill sets. I do not want to bear extra cost by surpluses of employees. So this is the objective of human resource planning. So we have this here point wise. So this is also the objectives. So HRP is required to meet the following objectives. So why do we need HRP? We require the human resource planning to meet these requirements. Number one, to ensure optimum use of human resource currently employed. So whatever resource we have currently, we need to, the HR along with the management needs to ensure that we get the best out of the employees. Yeah, by maybe let's say for example the technology is changing daily, or let's say in a very short span of time. So maybe someone hired 2 years back can still be as efficient as he was 2 years back with the latest trainings, with providing them with the trainings, providing them if there is a new tool that is there in the market, by providing them training on the new tools, the employee can keep up, and maximum optimum utilization of the employee can be achieved. Number two is to determine future recruitment level. That's fairly simple. Number three is to ensure that necessary resources are available as and when required. So the planning says to ensure that necessary resources are available as and when required. So we have, like we discussed in recruitment, we already have a pool of candidates who have already applied for various jobs. In today's world, if you go to any company's website, you would see careers as an option there, wherein you can go and upload your CV. So that data pool serves as an serves as a reserve for the companies that are already there. In case they predict there's going to be a need for a profile of a particular, there's going to be a need for a candidate with a particular profile, the company can go to that pool and then call out people with the right skill sets for an interview, and then the need could be fulfilled. So number 3, this is exactly what we mean when we say to ensure that necessary resources are available as and when required. Number 4 is to forecast future skill requirement to serve as a basis for training and development programs. So this is also one important thing of human resource, is that trying to understand what lies ahead. Let's say for example, we never knew this pandemic would hit us in a way that I would be teaching you, recording this video right now. And by the way, I must say it is not the same like a regular class, but we also needed to cope up with this situation. So giving an example about the pandemic and the teaching lecture methods that have changed. So in the same way, there could be another change in the future that would be lying ahead. And if the HRP could, if the HRs could see that, forecast that, and serve and design a training method for the employees on the basis of what the future would lie ahead, that would help the employee to become ready for tomorrow. So this is another objective of human resource planning. Number 5 is to create plans, rules and regulations that meets the local and state-wise law in given industry. So this is one very important thing that we have come about. We are talking about pertaining and abiding the rules and regulation of the state. So the HR also needs to make people aware about the laws, the statutory laws that are governed, the labor laws that are there, and in a particular industry. So the HRs also need to create plans, to meet the local state laws in the given industry. So there should be trainings, there should be handouts. People should be aware about all this, the facilities and all. Let's say maternity benefits, paternity benefits, the compensation that they're going to receive in case of accidents, minor and major. So this is also one objective of the HRP. Number 6 is to develop manuals and guides for employees and managers to follow, whether they are training manuals or safety guides. So this is fairly simple. The 7th one is to cope with changes in market conditions, technology, government policies, etc. So this is the last point that we have. So the HRP, what it does is, like we discussed, it's all about getting the right number of employees for the particular job. So this has to be the best fit, the employee, the best fit situation in which we have the employees with the right kind of skill sets, we have the employee with the right kinds of educational qualifications, along with the right number of employees. We cannot have, like we discussed, we cannot have surpluses, we cannot have shortages, because when we have shortages, we would not be able to meet the market demand. When we don't meet the market demand, we would be losing customers, and losing customers would be strengthening your competitors, which in the long term is going to affect our business. And if we have surpluses, we are going to increase the cost of production, which will directly hit the price of our product or service that we are going to offer. And in case it would make us obviously when the cost of production increases, the price of the product increase. When the price of the product increases, it makes us less competitive in compared to the competitors that are offering the price. Let's say if they are offering a pen costing 5 rupees, if our cost is high, in case we do not have another ventures, we would be forced to sell the pen at 6 rupees per cost, which would give them an advantage over us. So the last point is to cope with changes in market conditions, technology, government policies, and etc. I hope you all enjoyed the class. Thank you.